Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We've got 2 matches left in our standard league with this version of the deck. After that, I'm going to join another league and I'll do a new deck tech with some slight modifications. But yeah, let's jump into our remaining 2 matches. We'll see you in a second. Okay, we're in the first match of the day. We're going to play first, of course. I don't really like this hand. I think we're going to mull it. Just no action. 5 lands, 1 removal spell, Ghost Fireblade. I think we need to do better than that. This hand, on the other hand, very good. Requires a land, but I think we're probably going to bottom anything that's not a land. Yeah, we're going to bottom that. We'd rather just rip some lands off the top here so we can have a very nice turn progression. I mean, usually Vile Aggregate into P and Kirin Alar is like this deck's sort of probably best turn progression we could ask for. But yes, I definitely think this 6-card hand was better than our 7-card hand. All right, there we go. So we've already got potential turn progression coming here. I mean, you can also go Thopter Engineer into P and Kirin Alar, which isn't bad. But I think I would prefer to do Vile Aggregate into P and Kirin. Thopter Engineer 2, all right. Flector Mage, all right. So if we rip a land, we get to go P and Kirin Alar. Otherwise, we get to go Thopter Engineer. Might actually, well, this is actually interesting. Now I kind of want to do Thopter Engineer plus Equip. I think this is actually better. It lets us push damage through, which I think is better. Plus, then when we play P and Kirin, we're going to get to attack with those tokens right away, which I think is actually better. So I think this is better use of mana. Because we can also block with our Thopter Engineer. All right. Take 2. No play. Interesting. All right. Well, yeah, we're going to go for it. Let's see if we can resolve this P and Kirin. I imagine Dramokas pumping this or this and killing this, which still is fine for us, I think. Yep. All right. Get a couple points of damage in. And we'll pass. All right, block here, take 3. Could have double blocked. I don't think it's worth it. See if he's got another reflective mage, or what's he got? Stasis Snare or something, maybe? Morph. All right, what's the morph? Den Protector, probably. That's my guess. Ghostfire Blade, number 2. So I can equip 2 Thopters. I can play Blade, equip Blade. It is a 2-turn clock. It's not a bad idea. Opponent can Den Protector, play Dromoka's command. What are my other options? I mean, 2-turn clock is pretty spicy. I can also play Vile Aggregate. Holds back some damage. I'm almost positive this is a Den Protector. Kind of feel like just going Aggregate, equip Thopter, get in for 4. Yeah, we're going to do that. Reason I'm doing this is I'm almost positive this is a Den Protector, which means just equipping some Ghostfire Blades likely not going to be good enough. And having the Vile Aggregate to block, I think, is actually pretty relevant. Like, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I think he's going to Den Protector Dromoka's command. Whirler Rogue, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're just going to jam that. We're going to get punished a little bit of our life total here, but certainly seems worth it to me. Oh, wasn't expecting the counter spell. Okay. It's a pretty good turn for my opponent there. Did not crack the Flooded Strand. So my opponent can get back Ojutai's command. Doesn't have the 6th land for Advocate, which is interesting. All right, let's go land. So now I think my opponent's going to go... This doesn't bounce, right? Okay. So I guess we go Blade. Equip. Swing for 6 so we can use P and Kieran Nalaar here. Yeah, I think this is where... I'm trying to think exactly how this is going to work. Opponent. All right. So undo Den Protector. Oh, Bounding Crisis. Wasn't expecting that one. So tapping that. All right. Well, let's get in with Thopter. And I think we actually play a hanger back here and pass. We can pump hanger back and then throw it with P and Kieran. And that's going to be pretty tough for our opponent to deal with. As expected, Den Protector. Getting back Dramokas, which makes sense. Still, opponent's going to die if we... This hanger back being thrown with P and Kieran is going to give us hasty tokens as well as deal 2 damage to them. So even with Dramokas, it's not going to be enough. Still don't have the 6th land for the Advocate. Put the counter there. Draw. Put the counter on it. P and Kieran at my opponent's face. Sack this. Dramoka's not going to be good enough. Any of our Thopters get through, opponent's dead. Collected Company, all right. Digging. So, Reflector Mage is not going to be good enough. Even 2 is not going to be good enough. Reflector Mage Bounding Crisis isn't good enough. I don't think there's 2 creatures that would do it. Ended up only finding Advocate and a Reflector Mage. All right. Well, got there game 1, playing against interesting little 3-color brew. Roast seemed good. Wild Slash doesn't seem very good, does it? I guess it kills Den Protector. Kills, we might just want to swap slashes for impulses. Actually, no, not Rending Volleys. I mean, it kills Bounding Crisis. It doesn't, we just want impulses because it does close to the same thing as Wild Slash, but we have a chance to get Spell Mastery, which is actually relevant in this matchup, I think. So we can dispel Ojutai's command. We can dispel Dramoka's command. We can dispel Collected Company. Yeah, we're bringing in dispels. And like I said in my earlier video, Thopter Spy Network is just an easy card to cut. I don't mind, I kind of like having it main deck because it's kind of a card that's just, you know, maybe good in any match. But it's just an easy card to sideboard out when you want to sort of maximize what your deck's doing. But yeah, I really like bringing in the dispels here. And then we just have to make 1 cut, which is maybe the Wild Slash. But I like being able to kill Den Protector. But just Den Protector is probably not good enough. I'm trying to think if I even want to bring in a Negate. I mean, I can almost assure you he's got a playset of Collected Company. Playset of Dramoka's command, maybe. And at least a couple Ojutai's command. Plus whatever he's sideboarding into here. I'm going to bring in a Negate. We're going to cut a Wild Slash. And I can probably cut a Ghostfire Blade, although Ghostfire Blade is really good in this matchup. I guess I could cut a Chief. Chief's one of those cards where on the draw versus cards like Dramoka's Command, it's not going to be very good. This just does get eaten alive. And I definitely want all these removal spells. I'm going to cut 1 Chief of the Foundry, I think. Having 2 should be good enough. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, especially against the Reflector Mages. You just want as many bodies out there as possible. This hand's a bit awkward. I still might keep on the draw, though, because we have the hanger back. And if we draw red mana, I mean, this hand's very good. I think we're going to keep on the draw with the hanger back. We have the 2 blue for the Whirler Rogue. I mean, if we find red mana, this hand gets very good. Seemingly deals with a lot of things. No 2-drop, it's good news. Got the red mana too. It is also what is known as good news. Probably just jamming out Vile Aggregate. We forego a Hangerback Walker, but I'm not going to attack into that either because of Bounding Crisis. So we're going to play Vile Aggregate, see if it gets countered here. It does not. So we're going to chill on the Hangerback. Just no reason to walk into a Bounding Crisis. Yeah. So you can tap our aggregate, you can swing back at us. That's also okay. Then we're just like a land away from some good value. I think he's probably going to hold up Collected Company this turn, which could pose a problem, but we're going to let it happen. Not that we have a ton of choice in the matter. All right, got the 4th land too, so we can go Whirler Rogue. See if it gets countered. Otherwise, Collected Company, either one. If he does Ojutive's Command, we can swing too. All right, counter draw, pretty good for our opponent. So, in case he's got Reflector Mage, we're actually going to swing here. End hostilities. So opponent did sideboard into a board wipe, which means negate's going to be even better. It's a lot of roasts. We're going to play Chief of the Foundry here. See if we can resolve it. All right. And we're going to swing with Vile Aggregate. Or try to. All right. What did we hit this time? Windswept Heath. Got it. I guess Hangerback's a little bit worse against the Reflector Mage deck, but that's all right. All right, we're going to take 3. I really don't want to block Pump and then have him end hostilities or whatever. So I can't play that anyway. I think we just swing with aggregate. Then protector. All right, we're going to roast here and then pass. All right. So Collected Company is my guess. No collected company. All right. I mean, opponent had it. It would have been a play there. I don't think opponent is going to have a good end hostilities. Although end hostilities is good against the Ghostfire Blade. I'll give credit there. It's kind of cool. I mean, you got to do something pretty spicy here. You got to bounce that hanger back. Erishan Cleric, I don't think it's a very good card against us. I think our late game is good enough where Erishan Cleric's not that spicy. All right, let's get hanger back online here. There's Ghostfire Blade. So I guess we go Blade, Equip, Roast, opponent can activate Lumbering Falls. Dramoka's Command, killing nothing. Oh, I guess that does work. 2/4, okay. Just instants and sorceries would do. All right. Still get to trample over too, which is pretty sweet. Reflector Mage. Well, that's a good card to hit. So, gotta have some pretty big plays here. Collected Company is my guess. Kind of needs that bounce effect. End hostilities. That's not good enough. Ojutai's Command is not up either. So 2 cards left. We've already gotten rid of 2 end hostilities. Question, of course, being, do I want to play a Pia and Kirin Alar? If I play Pia and Kirin, it's guaranteed death next turn. I still have Foundry of the Consoles I can sit on. My opponent really can't crack Wooded Foothills now, which is good. Should I assume my opponent has either Ojutai's Command or a 3rd end hostilities? I don't know. It's a legitimate question. I think I'm just going to play Pia and Kirin here. The reason I'm playing it is forces another end hostilities, first and foremost. Oh, you have a Disdainful Stroke? Okay. Well, opponent boarded into that, which is interesting. We're still fine. Opponent can't crack Wooded Foothills without gaining life. Jace doesn't do it. I do admit if this Fiery Impulse is a Wild Slash right now, I'd be able to kill my opponent. That is the reason that I'm main decking the slashes over the Impulse. But I think in this match, it felt like most of the time the extra damage was more relevant. 1 card left in my opponent's hand. We're going to be able to kill Jace too, which is nice. I'm also like a top deck Thopter Engineer or a Ghostfire Blade away from just winning this. Okay, opponent disconnected and then timed out. My mind immediately, you just immediately assume angry disconnect because given the board state, 4 life, 3 tokens on board, couple cards in hand, opponent probably figured we just had the game and angry disconnected. But can't just assume that. There's a chance opponent's internet actually went out and they were unable to reconnect. I guess that is a possibility. So either way, we ended up getting the victory. Glad we could take this match. We felt pretty good the whole time, even with the end hostilities to stop the Ghostfire Blade. Not good enough. Having Hanger back is good. End hostilities protection, as is the Foundry of the Consoles, and our Meandering Fumaroles are good protection as well. So this deck is just it's good against board wipes for the most part. All right, we'll see you in the last match of this league.